Welcome to La Alma Dorada podcast, a space where we celebrate resilience, leadership, and the power of transformation. Here, we engage with women who have transformed their life, their experience into a source of inspiration and empowerment for others. Today, I have the profound honor of speaking with a woman who exemplifies these values in every way. Sara Carlemår, from the north of Sweden to the most remote corners of the world, Sara has used her voice to experience to make a real impact. A strategically communicator, entrepreneur for over 20 years, and founder of Glow4Equality, an organization that empowers women to uplift others, strengthen their leadership, boost their confidence, and amplify the impact in the world. But what makes this story very powerful is her courage to turn a personal experience into an action. A journey to Iran, a moment of vulnerability in a dusty garage, led her to rethink her purpose in life. Today, her mission is clear: to use her voice and knowledge to fight for gender equality and help women discover and embrace their own power. Sara, welcome to La Alma Dorada.
Thank you so much, Carola. What a wonderful presentation. Thank you. Beautiful.
My pleasure. It's a real honor to have you here today with us. But we're going to start with the first question that takes all titles and everything. Who is Sara in her purest essence?
Hmm. I think I'm a life happy person, optimist, enjoying conversations, interactions with people. But I also have a very frustrative side that I think is something that drives me forward. And I don't know, speaking up for myself and others has always been there with me through life. So yeah, that that kind of describes maybe the person, the person I am.
Yes, I think frustration is sometimes what make us take the next step, or go to a different
Mm,
level when we
mm,
start seeing things that bother us. Sarah,
definitely.
you live in surrounded by mountains and nature in the north of Sweden. How does
Hmm.
this environment influence your energy, your work, and your vision in the world?
The first thing that comes to mind is freedom, a sense of freedom, a lot of space, but also being free to take part of the world and enjoy the world of the nature. And so that's the first thing that comes to mind. But the nature is also my source of um, building back my energy or rebooting, connecting with the important things, I believe, because being in on the mountain or in the forest, for example, it really makes me connect with the bigger the bigger thing of us humans, I believe. How small we are and how a short time we have on this the earth, but also connect to the environment. So yeah, I think freedom and that is a good a good description of it.
Connection with nature, it's something that most of the people have lost today. And I think that's why we're living the way we are. When you connect with nature, you're connecting with the whole. It's the
Yeah,
way that I see
definitely.
life.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Mm.
Yes. Sarah, you have been an entrepreneur for over 20 years. What has been the biggest challenge and the greatest lesson in this journey?
Hmm. Well, when it comes to being an entrepreneur and getting paid for it, of course, securing money is has been the biggest challenge, especially in the early beginnings, and having something that people, other companies or people want to pay for. So, but that bridges over to how crucial sales is, that you actually need to work with sales all the time. And I think in the beginning of my uh, business journey 20 years ago, I started off with in the communication strategy part, having something to offer that companies wasn't really aware of that they needed. So I really needed to work on the sales approach. And yeah, it obviously worked because that's in my one business, that's definitely still what I'm doing. But the learning of that would be yeah, how crucial sales is, definitely. But also that you should really look into yourself and see what you want to work with or contribute with, because it's easy if you go from the learning book perspective that yeah, find a hole in the market and you I don't know, you look from it from a technical perspective. But if you go from within and feel like this, I love to do this, I think I can contribute, yeah, if you go from that perspective, it's always going to be authentic, and you're also going to have the drive and the passion with you throughout the entrepreneurial journey, really. So yeah, those are probably the two biggest lessons, doing what you have a passion for and also how crucial it is with sales.
Now, 20 years, I I just think about because I'm an entrepreneur, and in the first year I was really like almost ready to quit. And I know a lot of women who are in the beginning and they get really frustrated and they want to quit. 20 years, it's really
Mm,
a career. It's a remarkable time.
yeah.
Um, what would you say to those women who just start something and they get frustrated in the beginning of their entrepreneurship? Uh,
Mm. Uh, I totally understand that. And they probably, I think, technically, starting a business, the five first years are the crucial ones, really. And it's not until after that you maybe can have the real let go, I don't know. But um, I would say that structure and being in a good discipline is really important, because if you have a plan, if you have a goal set, or if you have a plan and take small steps of those in that direction each day or during your path, it's going to take you to where you want to go. So discipline and having that bridged to uh, what you really enjoy to do, since that should be the start of everything. Um, that's really what I see as a I don't know, success thing for me personally, because if I wouldn't enjoy doing it, it wouldn't have lasted for 20 years. I would have quit long time ago. And if I didn't have the structure and the discipline, I probably would have, I don't know, lost track or run out of money or whatever. So yeah, so structure and discipline and just dare also to question yourself and be like uh, not question yourself, but have uh, you don't have to have a budget in detail, but a dream setting. What would it be? How much money would you like to earn from this company? Not next month, but maybe in 3 years, and then you can start working down from that with I don't know, all paying taxes and social security or whatever you pay related to running a business in your country. But yeah, dare to discuss money with yourself, because that would also take it down to sales, which is something that we need to survive.
Discuss money with yourself. I love that one.
Mm.
Coaching has been a key tool in your business. What power do you believe coaching has to transform individuals and societies?
Massive. A very big impact. I've experienced myself. I've definitely seen it myself for several years. I'm not a coach myself, but I've been working closely to coaching as a tool, as a method for um, 15, 18 years. And because my earlier business partner, he was a coach, and we involved coaching as a tool in our sales programs that we also offered at that time. And I mean, it's amazing. And working, especially today with what I'm doing today with a social business, Glow4Equality, I mean, the transformation you see in people, the aha moments when you realize that you really have all the answers within yourself. You really just need a good coach to ask you the right questions. So I mean, it's fantastic.
A good coach in an actionable, safe space. I totally agree.
Definitely. Walking hand in hand.
Yes. Your journey to Iran make a turning point in your life. What did you feel at that moment, and how did you know you had to take action?
Mm. Um, it was the coaching actually that brought me and my colleague to the Middle East and Iran. And being brought up, born and raised in a country like Sweden, where freedom of speech, freedom of religion, gender equality is taking for granted, really. It was a very strong experience visiting Iran as a country, which is a theocracy. That means the religious leaders are also leading or in charge of the country. They have strict Sharia laws, which is yeah, really, really harsh, tough laws. And women is second-class citizens all the way through and have yeah, a whole bunch of really it's hard to describe it really because you have to look into it deeper. But but it was it knocked me as a human being. I cannot describe it other than that because experiencing just a glimpse during my journey of the extreme oppression that women and girls live under every single day. It crawled under my skin, and I could not let go of it. It was not the day after I got home, not the week or months after I got home. But I also want to say that it was a beautiful, beautiful experience visiting the country because it's a very locked country. Not a lot of outside guests travel there. Beautiful country, a lot of culture, architecture, welcoming people, beautiful. But also experiencing the extreme religious oppression was very special. So I think it was a couple of months after I had this frustration in within me after the journey that I cannot go on and just pretend that I don't care or I cannot do anything because I can do something. I live in an extreme privileged situation and have everything that I can do. And if not I do anything, then who will? So I needed to go within me and see and explore really what can I do? So I took help by a coach myself to lay the puzzle down. And that was really how Glow4Equality came to be. I put all the pieces in my puzzle of the entrepreneurship, my drive for women's rights, networking. I love networking, putting people together, and the sales part, the communications part, and everything. And experiencing the coaching myself, it became super clear, really, that oh my God, this experiencing this tool needs to go out there to women around the world who are in the front line of different gender equality topics, which is closest to my heart. Yeah, and then we can truly make change and create huge ripple effects on those issues. So, yeah, the frustration and not letting it just pass. I would say that sums it up.
It's amazing how, well, thank you to Iran, thank you to Iran because thanks to that experience, we have Glow4Equality, and I'm a part of Glow4Equality, and I can give faith for the change that I have made in my life and the impact. That's why we're here today. I have the courage of doing things in my country where women also are, oppressed. Yeah, so in a way, my what I get at feedback is that sometimes we have to see things in the lowest for us to be able to make an action. And there
Mm,
is so many people on this planet thinking that governments and or leaders are the one who's supposed to be doing the change when the change start with
mm,
oneself, right?
mm,
So
mm,
that's
exactly.
really beautiful.
And I
Um,
also want to add that, Carola, because the women and the situation in Iran is still not good at all. It's even worse than I was there 2017, and I followed the development really closely. And what I also thought about, of course, was how can I contribute to only those the women in Iran, the women and girls in Iran, and people that have fled the country. But for me, starting Glow4Equality, it made it opened up the possibility to contribute to that change, but also globally. So I truly have the spotlight on that country and um, people engaged in the freedom movement of Iran as well.
like they say, my grandmother used to say, we do baby steps. So you're doing steps, you bring in awareness, which not everybody have the courage of doing that.
Mm,
And also helping other women around the world that this is our era, this is our time,
mm,
and it's not going to be overnight. So right now
mm,
you doing the foundations to put the
mm,
bricks in, you know. So that's the
mm.
way that I see it. So one day I'm pretty sure your vision will come true. Love for Equality was born from that transformative experience. What is the ultimate vision and how do you visualize it impact in the future?
Well, I see myself definitely standing in front of leaders of the world, making the biggest decision around these topics, and that they have looked at the Glow4Equality's method because it's so successful and it has contributed to positive change, and also watching and seeing all the fantastic circles of ripple effects around the women that have been coached in our coaching program. And a personal dream is definitely to also travel around the world and see it and visit, connect in person. Because right now it's all digitally, which is fantastic, and we wouldn't be here without the today's technique. But traveling the world and also connecting in person will be fantastic. But that's only for me as the ego. But definitely the coaching and Glow4Equality's approach have contributed to a gender equal world. Definitely.
Definitely. Sweden is a country known for its gender equality. yet you still choose to focus on this issue. What challenges still exist, even in advanced societies like the one that you live on?
Mm, good question. Sweden is a fantastic country. We're a very stable democracy, I would say, good economy, social security system, education system, healthcare, and definitely have gender equal rights and opportunities for everyone on the paper, but of course there are challenges as well. I would say the biggest challenge is related to attitude among people that are influenced by dark, I don't know, dark areas like violence of women and girls, for example, is a huge problem, huge, and like in a lot of societies. And I would say that is a lot of because we don't talk about it and discuss the root causes of it really. And I see the pornography industry is awful and influencing young people and children maybe into something that they don't have at all reflected on and just gets forced on by this really dark industry of human trafficking and abuse. So overall, it's a wonderful, wonderful country and a wonderful setting related to gender equality. But I think attitudes and how people act related to violence, not only violence against women and girls, but also violence in society as a whole. I would say that's probably the biggest area. And how I decided to, I mean, focus. I think. Because Sweden is ranked and has been ranked as one of the most gender equal countries in the world for years. I think we're among the top 7 countries on and off different lists. But I think it also comes with a let me find the word. It comes with an obligation, really. And I think that was what came so strongly to me in Iran because gender equality can be a matter of life and death, and it is for a lot of women and girls. For me, it's not. So that's really the core of uh, how deep it is came to me as an insight that I really need to use my voice and use my uh, setting to work with these issues. I have a fantastic setting of family where I am gender equality all around me with my related to my father, my brothers, my husband, my sons, my community where I live in business life all over. It's never Gender equality has never been an issue or a fact that I need to relate myself to. And yeah, so probably connected to that and use my voice really to create change since I'm on such a solid foundation. Yes.
Wonderful. You mentioned something about speaking one day in front of the leaders of the world. I personally believe that those people who are leading the world are not doing a good job. And honestly, I didn't put them there. So I can see you being one of the leaders of the world, myself and others, because I believe that a leader is not the one who is in a top position and just see people and situation destroying the world. I believe a leader is somebody who wants to create a positive change for everybody.
Mm.
Um, I'm just gonna leave it there.
Good reflection.
Yeah. You also spoke about the importance of using our voices, especially in a difficult times? How can anyone turn their voice into a tool for change?
Well, I think we all have that opportunity. We all have that privilege, maybe in different ways and regarding different issues, but I think we're obligated to. And maybe sometimes where come becomes the strongest is where we don't have anything to gain personally, really. Stepping into an area of who is not our battle to win, if you know what I mean. Talking for somebody who needs it. Uh, yeah, and I think we all have that opportunity. And what the most important way to use our voice or to uh, is to talk to ourselves, and how we talk to ourselves in a good way, lifting us up and reflecting around life. And even in the darkest times, there are examples of people that have been imprisoned, for example, and tortured. And I mean, the voice inside your head and the visions and dreams you can guide yourself through in your head, that's something that nobody can take away from you, no matter how dark it is. Yeah.
Yes, that's true. Um, it's coming to my mind that you say that Sweden is ranked uh, one of the seven gender equality countries. I just wonder what happened to the women who are in all these seven. Imagine if all of them can have a voice or doing the work that you're doing. I think it will be really hopeful for the world, because if you live in a very influential country where gender equality is not an issue, I think to unify all those voices, it will be something extraordinary. But that's
Mm.
just my thought.
Beautiful
In a,
reflection.
yeah, in a world where hopeless seems to be a gaining around ground, what practices or habits help you stay active and hopeful?
Mm, good one. I often get asked that question actually because related to the issues we're in within Glow4Equality, violence against women and girls, trafficking, sexual violence, FGM, they're really, really dark issues, of course. And going into that takes a lot of energy, but also feeling that the change, I gain energy and feeling that I, together with everybody around me, can contribute in a positive way, of course. But a couple of tools that or ways that I physically gain my energy is I think I have like four or five tools. It's definitely nature, which we spoke about earlier. Being outside, even if it's only like taking a walk or running on the mountain or go skiing or being in nature is one. Physical training, like a bit more heavy physical training, dancing or weightlifting or something like that. Mental training, which was actually the second part that brought us to Iran, but that's a whole deeper story. But mental training and structurally working with that. I have a special program. It's yeah, different ways to work with that, but because that way you can relax the body and you can reboost your mind really. But also cold baths. I live where it is winter, snowy, cold winters, 5, 6 months a year. I love it because I'm a winter person and I love it. But taking cold baths in the lake when it's frozen, you have to like use a saw or drill to do a big hole, and it's freezing. And you go down. It's a real cool physical experience, and that clears my mind, and also a lot of cool, good things happen in the body, technically, which I don't know, but it's a very nice feeling anyway. Yeah, so that's a few of my tools, definitely. And one that I need to mention as well is being visionary or having and big dreams, because when you dare to have that and reflect around those, I think reflection maybe is the better word, but taking time to reflect about the big issues in life, or am I living the life I want to? What do I want to change, or how to da da da. So reflection is also a big part.
I'm still like thinking about that frozen water.
Yes. If I
It
get to
sounds,
invite you to Sweden one day, it's
oh
gonna be
yeah,
winter
one
time.
day maybe that's hopefully that's not gonna be my last time in this planet because just thinking about it, I feel like I'm gonna get froze.
Mm, it's
But
so cool.
I love it. I think it's actually it sounds like a great way of distressing the body and their mind.
Yes, exactly. And for me, it's a ritual. I usually do it very quiet and closed, and to me, it's yeah, very much an internal ritual, definitely.
Wow, amazing. One day.
Even if you don't live where there's snow and winter, you can try it turning when you go in the shower and go out after you take your shower and turn it to all the way the coldest, coldest, coldest. And then you wait because until it's the coldest it gets. And then you go into the shower and try to stand there for, I don't know, a
In
minute.
Honduras, we don't have the calefaction thing. We don't have the cold in warm water. The
Ah,
water
okay.
is just fresh all the time, even if
Yeah.
it's raining.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
but we don't get that cold water like
No,
you get
okay.
on the side of the world.
Mm,
But one day, or
yes.
maybe with ice, right? We put ice in the
Yeah,
bucket.
exactly.
Well, amazing. Sara, being a wife, a mother, and an entrepreneur is a constant challenge. How do you manage to find balance between your family, your passion, and your purpose?
Mm, having a good partnership with myself and my husband, which I decided to share my life with, is definitely one of them. Sharing and yeah, sharing a life, doing the things, taking responsibility equally, and so on. But also prioritizing myself. I think I like the way that they describe when you're on an airplane. If you, if something happens, put your oxygen mask on yourself first, because otherwise you can't help anybody else. So making sure that I'm the best I can be, taking time for myself or prioritizing the things I just talked about. Um, like like gain energy from. I think that's crucial, and prioritize it with pride. Don't think that it's something that is a luxury. You have to take care of yourself, but because if nobody else does, who will? Um so I probably would say that. Yeah. Uh,
Yeah, I think women have to start prioritizing themselves. We always
yeah.
put ahead our family, our children, and everything else except ourselves. And without knowing that in a way we're the one who make things work in our
Mm,
ecosystem. And if we're not
exactly.
doing well, then
Mm.
So
And
yes,
I
definitely.
would also actually talk about what I highlighted in the first place about being an entrepreneur. Um, Not discipline maybe, but having like structure. I'm a very structured person. Maybe too structured own good sometimes. But I think that also in the everyday life, that because your question was around about how do I get the puzzle together in the everyday, and being structured is definitely super important to me. Doing the planning and grocery shopping for the whole week, for example, talking within the family about what sports activities are there, what are we planning for next weekend or whatever. So having structure around that really makes me put the energy where I want to put it. Yeah, and also splitting up free time and doing the job time when I where I need or want to put that. So because related to the questions, either it's running the business that communication strategic business or the other the social business. I mean it's a lot of things that need to be done, and you can work with it 200% both of them. So being structured and yeah, saying no when the workday is done.
Hmm. I just thought about like you should create a workshop of structure for
Yeah.
women.
Yeah, actually, it's funny because time management and how you work around that is I don't know. I think it's just a personal interest that I have, but I think I've become kind of good at it. So yeah, maybe that's a little
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, a lot of us need to learn about structure. Trust
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
If you could speak to every woman who dreams on empowering herself and empowering other people, but still doubts their abilities, what advice will you give them?
Hmm. Be the way to yourself that you would be to your best friend. Say to yourself what would you would say to your best friend, because a lot of the times we are um, picking our back or being an enemy to ourselves. And that way we can't really contribute with what we want to maybe or have the possibilities to. Um, so maybe sometimes it's just good to shift, uh, not shift focus, but perspectives and trying to, yeah, trying to put yourself in another person's shoe. And also, my coach said a wonderful thing to me in my process of um, Glow4Equality taking form. Let me see if I can remember it. Um, what will you keep from the world if you don't pursue this? And I think that's very strong. It was really it that talked straight to my heart anyway, because often it comes, I mean, starting a business or doing something that we're passionate about, it comes from uh, a genuine feeling of contributing. And yeah, and that saying was very, very strong. What will you keep from the world if you don't pursue this?
Yeah, that's a really give me like a grasshopper, when you listen to grasshoppers,
Mm?
a moment of silence in my
Yeah,
head. That's a really
exactly.
good one. I love it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, if we can fast forward 10 years and look back, what legacy do you hope to have built? And what lasting impact would you like to see in the world?
Well, it's similar to what we talked about earlier, that um, what I contributed with have truly created positive change in people's lives. And that's really what separates my two businesses, since I have two businesses. The I love the communication part as well, but Glow4Equality is in another dimension because um, it creates positive impact in people's lives on serious matters. And so, yeah, I've Glow4Equality and I have contributed to a gender equal world, and coaching and Glow4Equality's approach of creating community and coaching, the coaching perspective, have definitely contributed to that. And um, yeah, I think that sums it up.
Okay, wonderful. Sara, thank you for sharing your story, your vision, and your courage with us. You remind us that each of us has a voice and that using it is our responsibility and our superpower. Do you have any final thoughts? And would you like to tell the audience where they can know more about your work?
Yeah, final thoughts. I really like this, connecting over the world, learning about each other's challenges, but also solutions on things, no matter what they are. I think that's super important and really a key to success and a prosperous and healthy, peaceful world. So. Uh, yeah, that's something that I truly want to thank you for, this, Carola, and also truly important for us to continue with. Glow4Equality is found on Instagram or LinkedIn or the website glow4equality.com. And yes, lovely to talk to you, and reflecting around the business part, the entrepreneurial part of what we do.
Wonderful. May Glow for Equality continue shining and make lasting impact. And may your journey keep inspiring countless women to transform the world in their unique way. To all our listeners, thank you for being here with us today. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to La Alma Dorada. And remember that you are the light in the darkness. Your coach Carola, La Alma Dorada. Mwah. Love you with all her. Thank you, Sara.